Welcome to the Interastral Peace broadcast. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to a new episode of Interastral Peace broadcast. We are here to bring you the latest news from across the galaxy.
The IPC and the Xianzhou Alliance have renewed their trade agreement, bringing
Welcome to the Interastral Peace broadcast. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to a new episode of Interastral Peace broadcast. We are here to bring you the latest news from across the galaxy.
The IPC and the Xianzhou Alliance have renewed their trade agreement, bringing great economic benefits to both parties.
The head of the Armed Archaeologists of the Intelligentsia Guild, Alan Jones, personally oversaw the excavation of the ancient tomb of Emperor Rupert I. The ruins rank as a Category Omega site on the potential disaster index.
Renowned songstress Robin has received an invitation to perform at Penacony's Charmony Festival.
The Garden of Recollection has gathered Memoria fragments from the lost world of Windshield. The precious memories of this world will not be forgotten.
Let's take a closer look at the details. Regarding...
It's getting late. Where to now?
I think they... Enemy situation has changed.
I commend you.
I'm with you.
Show your courage.
Does that hurt?
Time to change tactics. Lend me your strength.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
A foregone conclusion. Here is thunder! Time for... Show no mercy.
You'll pay for this.
Conflict is hideous!
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. Didn't hurt.
This battle is unavoidable.
Stand still.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
In the name of Landau, the will forged in ice never falters!
Follow my charge. Here is thunder!
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is hideous! Show no mercy.
Cutting the net.
You'll pay for this.
Good times never. Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still.
In the name of Landau, the will forged in ice never falters!
say bye. Boom.
Follow my charge. Here is thunder!
Doesn't fall.
Preservation.
Let's wait.
The moon shines on the truth.
Repay. Don't get complacent.
Gather as one. Blade of Nueva.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Try harder.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Eternal slip.
And return!
All things human creations. No matter.
You chose the wrong enemy.
I'm on guard.
Nothing major.
Blade fodder.
I'll see you off.
Lance at the ready.
All
You
will
chose
be
the wrong
revealed
enemy.
in lunar flame.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Eternal sleep.
And return!
I see through you. Converge and awaken. All things in the human creations.
Blade of Nueva.
I'll see you off.
Ready for death. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
You chose the wrong enemy.
I'm on guard.
Quick divination. noise?
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos? Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen... I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta, too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. It was at... Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. Yes, well, Peppy isn't here. You see, Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Don't get complacent.
Gather as one!
guiding light. Wicked and fleeting.
A quick divination.
He is eternal.
Eternal sleeping.
And return! My oath is to a solitude. Wicked and fleeting. Protect all beauty.
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Let's settle this.
I see through you. Converge and awaken. Human creations.
My guiding light. He is eternal.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Lance at the ready.
A quick divination.
Wicked and fleeting.
I'm on guard.
My oath is to a solitude. He is eternal.
I'll see you off. Receive divinity.
Reciprocity.
Repay.
Excellent.
Lance at the ready. Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Wicked and fleeting.
I see through you. Together as one.
I'm on guard.
He is eternal. Protect all beauty.
Peppy, are you okay?
That's me. What's up?
She wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later. So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Too abstract. Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
What did I...
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. Let's call it a day.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but... what was the information I forgot? And from whom? Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Oh, right. Asta mentioned another name. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. How's it going? Did you find the information you're after? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Anxious, me? Is it that obvious? After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wound. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so, however, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets, and rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. Anyway, the most important thing is to... That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an... Send me a signal when you see traces.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit.
Hey, what brings you here? It's all taken care of. Here's the account you asked for. Oh, you small scale.
Again?
Here too. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I say, no need to be modest, though I confess I...
Sure.
See this material here? I'm not getting any younger.
Again? How many times?
Oh, another smart-looking...
Huh. Asta told you to find me? However, I've heard of such a... don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information.
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The Xianzhou species Emily mentions...
Have you asked the Department of Ecology? Huh. She's not wrong.
Huh? What did I say?
she's not wrong. But... Ah, that's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. Let's call it a day. Wait for me.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate.
Just as I thought, I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related to the thing I forgot.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. How did you know? I see. I'll be honest with you. There's only one clue. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied. The words they used were
spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most... I need to go over it from the start. Starting with the conversation I had with Herta.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an... Send me a signal when you see traces of...
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask...
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Apologies. Herta did not mention this to me. Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate her story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies. It's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, You met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically...
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough based on your story. You met with... And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Please. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretend. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't
I remember now.
That's enough and the assignment...
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and she just mentioned it in passing. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio?
Sure, but you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she's... And the assignment involves a curio... Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets...
I doubt Herta is...
Based on your story, you met with Herta because... And the assignment involves Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking her, Lady Asta. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she decided to hold her tongue until...
I remember now.
That's enough pretend. However, she decided to hold her
I remember now.
That's enough. However, so what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Something...
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction?
Conjecture. Asta chose.
Then you said, however. So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful...
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the
Yes, I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else. He happened to be helping Arlen investigate the disappearances.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have had an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record...
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to her. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Doubt me all you like. I'm just an outsider who got unexpectedly dragged into this mess. You and I are no different. We both stumbled into this, but you decided to assume the role of interrogator.
Oh? Your point being? Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
I remember now.
That's enough. Cut the act.
Correction.
Researchers clear. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
I remember now.
That's enough. Pretend. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of...
I remember now.
That's enough. Pretend. Cut the act. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that, but then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided...
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. But... Huh? What was that?
Harrider News Flash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
a declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vow. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence? Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet. That video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.